Welcome. Well, what? Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. Hello? Did I not do the thing that I said I was gonna? What the deuce? Huh? Huh. Fucking Discord. Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. Why? Um. Okay, hold on. I need to fix something. Something's not working right, and I'm not. It's bugging me. I need to pause that. Um. Okay. Why? Huh. Picking me up over here. But let me do something. That's been dealt with. Oh, okay. Wait a second. What? Huh? Yeah. Still picking me up over here, and it's still picking me up. And is it? Oh, okay. Good thing. Had to be difficult. Like, try to have one fucking stream. It doesn't start with scuff. Look what fucking happens. I start my stream, and there's fucking scuff. Damn it. Okay. Anyway. First thing we're going to do is we're going to plot everything out. So for that, I need to... all of these off their respective folders for painting. Okay. Okay. I think this is essentially how I want it laid out. Let's... Uh, that's gonna be messy as shit, but it's fine. Ah, stay where I'm holding you, motherfucker. Ah, god damn it. Okay. Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking for this is I kind of want this fight to be taking place in a like
an area that it's been like forested and cut down. Maybe, you know, it was forested by the person who created the undead knoll, and maybe it's their guard. Um, this guy, this guy, we're gonna do some snipping to because there are just too many spots where QA kind of failed. Can't just pull it off and reseed it. I mean, I could cut it and then like reseed it, but I'm gonna cut it off anyway. Um, hmm. Well, this has got to go. Ah, fuck. Not mean to drop that. Okay, so I don't need the bow or the arrow. I don't even really need the hand. Um, let's start by just cutting around the feet. I don't know if I want to cut either of the feet off just yet. So I'm gonna leave that decision up in the air for the time being. But I do want to separate this from the tactical terrain that it is on. Ah, don't even have to go that far. Oop. Oh! Oh, that was not comfortable. Those are not meant to be squeezed in that manner. If they're to be squeezed, they're to be squeezed gently. With some fucking tenderness. Okay. That's Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just kind of cleaning out between his toes. Gotta make sure your corpses have clean toes. At the very least, he had no arrows left. Um, and say this arm got removed. Oh, cool. I could just pull that out. Oh, well, that's apparently how that's supposed to fit in. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Might have to figure out a way to make this kind of look okay like that. Hold on. Let's take this tab off. We don't really need it because we're not sticking it right back into that spot. I might shave that down, actually, just so that I can mount this like a little lower and have it look like it's kind of hanging into the... Or, I mean, what I could also do... Yeah. So that's going to be like over there. That's going to be over there-ish. That I don't even really need. And this can like be sticking out of the dirt or something. So... Hey there, chair. Not doing too bad. I'm trying to plot out how I want to have this diorama situated. How are you doing today? Okay. Oh, this is gonna work perfectly for what I want to do. Um, this one. That one will work. Um, like I'm thinking this is like kind of a more clear area where there were just like a few trees that were there that had been cut down. Or like, it's not a very like foresty area. Ooh, actually, what I can do then is I can have like, yeah, something like that. Like the head is over this direction, arm is like over here. Yeah, yeah. Uh, Maybe one more right there, one like right there. No, there. Because like I think what I want to do here is I think I want to build over here up a bit and have it like say at this level, maybe a little bit higher from the rest of it, just to add a little bit more three-dimension. Add a little bit more in the third dimension. So, okay, so one. Two. And three. There. So that's where they're going to be located. The reason why I'm not gluing them down right away is I want to kind of create a root structure. So I need to kind of plan out how I want that to look a little bit. Some thinking. They don't actually need to go out all that far. It just needs to be like believable. Um, okay. Yeah, no worries. Sure. Also, since you were gone, since you had to go away and you're now back, how are you doing today? I'd asked that before, but you'd apparently had to dip for a second. Yeah, no, that doesn't work that way. Um, I can I can see why somebody would potentially think that. I'm not saying it's correct because it's fucking not, but hey, you know what? I spend a lot of my time in that state as well, cheers, so okay. I think that's going to be the basic layout. Now, what I'm going to need to do. I think I'm out of fucking tinfoil, which is disappointing to say the least. Um, 'Cause that shit's the best for building up structure. So, I mean, I have paper towel and glue, and I could use that. Well, I mean, that just means that session was a good session. Really? Oh, hold on. I do have aluminum foil. I'm going to be honest, this is basically the only thing I use. Um, like, there's like a lounge where, we've had a few, where we've had a few, between session RP interactions. So to answer your question, yes. Well, there's a bar in there. Hmm. You know what? This is probably a waste to do this for root structure, which I can just make fucking worms of epoxy sculpt out of, and then just like, yeah. Wish I had some smaller. Oh, what is this funny thing you have? Yeah, wish I had some smaller bases. Hmm. You know what I could do? Actually, yeah. Hold up. Might not need that. Probably won't need that, actually. I need to find ones that are small footprint as possible, and also thin as possible. Oh shit. Yeah, I can see how that could be potentially less than entertaining. It's too high. I don't want it that high. I would be cool, but like that's still. Oh, cool. Hmm. Okay, so plan A didn't work. So, and O. need to be bigger. Ah. How about that? Actually, that'll work. Oh yeah, that's the shit that's like, yeah. Um, like, are you asking me how to do something illegal? You have me curious. Okay. Yeah, that's how we'll do that. And that way it kind of builds up a little underneath and I can make it kind of look like a natural slope going away to represent like a root structure slash dirt. The bad zoos? Okay, just ask, and if it's something that I think is too risky, I'll just delete the comment. Like I'll just jump over my computer and delete the fucking chat message. That's if Sharky's not currently sitting in chat. Because also, depending on who you ask, all zoos are bad. Um, I would say they would have to be interested in having relations with them, to put it as diplomatically. And like, if you are sexually attracted to animals, you are a zoophile. I would say in general, if you want to, and I'm not talking like anthropomorphic fucking cat boys or girls. I'm talking you want to have an actual animal do, commit sexual acts on you, or you want to commit sexual acts with an actual animal. Like, now I can definitely see how that question could get you fucking banned from some channels. I don't know if it would necessarily breach TOS because it's not like you're advocating it. No, 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 that's fine. Asking questions is how people learn, and you know how people communicate. And hey, strange thoughts and questions pop into my head as well. The most recent one was actually fairly mundane, all things considered, and also considering it's me. I was having a conversation before work today with some people like outside, while I was waiting to go in, and I was puffing on my vape. Well, so long as you don't get hot and bothered by pictures of critters, you should be fine. Um, the subject of like chimpanzees and apes and stuff like that came up, and the fact that like they are really fucking strong, like they're really strong animals. And I just had a thought: who would win, a moose or a gorilla? Both are fighting for their life, and their opponent, adversary, whatever, however you want to phrase it, like Anything like that has to for me to even remotely consider it in that way has to be very obviously anthropomorphic. Animal features is one thing, but yeah, it has to be obviously like a humanoid insert critter here. Damn it. Go go work glue. I call this work glue because I got it from work. This is the glue I use on my in my fucking machine at work, actually. And basically any electrical transformer in North America, at the very least, probably in Europe and in Russia as well. There's at least a few different components in there that are held together by this glue, or something very similar to it. Okay. So now I need to figure out what I want to do here. And I think I kind of want there to be almost like I don't know if I want it to be like a cliff. Hmm. Pardon me. Hmm. Or if I want it to be like a hill, where it just kind of gradually gets bigger. That I could do probably a little bit easier. Hmm. Do I want to do that? I want to use makeup wedges. Those are going to be too soft. I do have some tinfoil that I can utilize and use for like bulk. Why? I have paper towel. I have glue. And I have water. You know what I can make with that? Basic paper mache. Well, not necessarily paper mache, but like essentially I can use it to create what I need created. I'm gonna just kind of tear this into strips. I'm not gonna be too concerned about them being perfectly uniform. Yeah, it should be enough water. It's Arts and Crafts Day. Hey there, Stig. How are you doing? Other than the fact that you can't sleep, I did read that. So yeah, I realized like with that whole like conversion chart that I yeah, it's fair. I'm not terrible. I get money in either now or 30 minutes. I'm not 100% sure when exactly it goes into my account. Work recently adjusted their actual direct deposit payment time. So like well, up until fucking last pay, even though technically our payday is listed as Wednesday or like every other Wednesday, we were getting it on the Tuesday at like 5:30 in the afternoon. And then they were like, "Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. You're gonna have to like wait until 3 o'clock in the morning or whenever your bank decides to release it." So after stream, I'm gonna be ordering some Uber Eats because it'll be like 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's nowhere that would serve suitable food within walking distance that is open. Also, I'm not going for a walk to go get food after stream. Fuck that noise. This is also a rent check too, so it sucks. I'm gonna be like pretty much broke for the next 2 weeks. Ooh, maybe I can get money faster if I start myself an OnlyFans. No, no, that wouldn't work. Okay, and let's let's get this kind of impregnated. Start building up what we want built up. Basically, what I need to do is I need to build up this area. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start on my well, I intend on starting on my character mod project for BattleTech on Friday because I booked it off. So like I have a whole day to devote to whatever the fuck I want. Fucking almost didn't have it off even though I booked it like last week. We recently at work changed our payroll system because apparently this one works better, except it's kind of more of a pain in the ass for like me. Like, granted, I don't have to fill out actual physical paperwork when I want to try and book time off. That's cool. I like that. I prefer to do like paperwork type stuff just digitally. Unfortunately, I had to pester my supervisor, whom I really do not like, which is one of the reasons I'm really glad I can do it digitally, because then I don't have to like hand her paperwork. Um, I had to like go up to her. Fucking was it yesterday? Like not yesterday, as in the 24th. Yesterday, as in like yep, yeah. Rent pay is always a pain. Yay for living paycheck to paycheck. So this that I'm doing right now does not necessarily have to look pretty. I am just building up. I'm gonna be going over top of this once it's like dry and cured and all that fun shit with epoxy sculpt to build it up further, and then like make it look like ground. Like I am thankful that I get paid relatively well. Um, okay, no, I don't get paid well enough. Um, well, I get paid well enough that like I'm not like my rent paychecks aren't like rent isn't eating up like three-quarters of a paycheck, around half, but still, It could be a lot worse. Fucking, I remember when I was working in like when I was working as a line cook, essentially one whole check would just be rent always because fucking restaurateurs don't want to pay their cooks properly, like ever. Oh fuck, that reminds me. I need to like I need to fix the Discord command. I think it's ain't still aiming at the old Discord and the link is broke. Um like actually sorry, no. My rent is just over half. Because I got 14 and change and my rent is like 792. It's still a good chunk of my check. But I mean, I've been working at the same place for oh fuck, end of October it's going to be 5 years. Starting on 6. And it's a factory where we make insulation for electrical transformers. That's like built-in job security. Oh, believe me, so little magical hack lore. Um, when I moved into the building that I'm living in right now, I'd originally moved into a bachelor apartment. Um, and like I kind of like I needed to get out of where I was. One of the people that I worked with at the time talked to the building superintendent here. They worked with me because like a credit check I fail. It's like I can't like that's my biggest issue with looking for apartments is 99% of them that are like halfway decent require a credit check. So I got in here. The only issue with the place was the ceiling needed work. There had been a leak. They pulled the ceiling. So like it was like the bare brick of the roof of the building type deal. And like it was with the understanding that they were going to be coming in a reasonable amount of time to finish the job and fix it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can deal with that. I need a place to go. Whatever. Let's do this thing. Months go by. Then like a year goes by and nothing happens, nothing happens. They end up dropping my rent in the old unit to something like it was something ridiculous like 400 there's like 4 or 500 a month down from like I think it was like 700 for the bachelor just like full price. It was like 600 700 and like I ended up only having to pay like 4. Um Went on like that for a while because like I have to pay my hydro here, and it was like really expensive in the wintertime because all of my heat would go out through the top of my apartment. I can't even say through my ceiling because I didn't fucking have a ceiling. But yeah, so like that happened. They ended up bringing some people in who like did a half-ass job of stripping the rest of the ceiling off so that the job could be done right. And then you know, bit more time passes, and the a new building superintendent basically is like, yeah, you've been really patient with us when you could take us to the landlord tenant bureau like that and win. They talked to the landlord and got me into a one bedroom place. And that was like a couple of years ago now. And it was like 750 or something like that. When normally this unit would be a little bit over $1,000 a month because it's downtown where I live. And even though it's a mid apartment, it's still in a secure entry building. And it's, as I said, right downtown. So, like, that's a major selling point right there. And they could easily get like 1,100 plus for this unit because of location. So I'm ridiculously lucky, and I am not giving up this unit unless like I absolutely have to. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not salaried. I have to go hourly, which can suck. Okay, that's gonna have some time to dry. Have a little bit of verticality. Yeah, this guy. I'm actually gonna have him like half buried, so I might. Yeah. I don't know if I want him half buried. No, I don't want him half buried. He's gonna go on after the like I get like roots and stuff like that figured out. 'Cause, like I'm gonna have him like he was kind of just tossed over this way after an arm was removed and his head was removed. And then the other kobolds are avenging him. Okay. So what else can I do on this right meow while that's drying and while oh, fuck. Really like that white glue. Oh, my work glue is awesome. You know what? Let's actually. I want to add a little bit more height to that. We're going to take some more of the extra paper towel that I have lying around. Also, fun fact, my current building superintendent lives like right next door to me, like directly over that way. There's a wall that is just outside of arm's reach, and the other side of that wall is, I do believe, her living room. And me being a mouthy motherfucker on the internet is not audible through the wall, which fucking two thumbs up for that. Everyone is learning way more about me than they probably wanted to. Nah, I'm gonna cheat with this as well. This will help give it a little bit more of a protective coating also. There we go. Also, everybody should be willing to openly talk with their coworkers about their wages so that everybody is getting, fair and equal fucking treatment. Hiding what you make from your coworkers helps your employer screw you, and not in a pleasurable way. Also, everywhere should adopt UBI. So, I want to dip into the epoxy sculpt, but I don't want to dip into it just yet. Because, like, I want to, when I start with it, I want to, like, be able to go over this whole thing because I do want to kind of raise up and, like, kind of texture the base a bit. Um, which, I'm going to need to be able to have, like, this dry so that I can put the epoxy over top of it. Um, yeah. That can go over there for the time being. Okay. Gonna look like the trees in this fantasy setting were cut down with a chainsaw, but I'm okay with that. I mean, it could just be like it was just a really sharp sword, and it's just one clean slash through. They do it in anime all the time. Why can't they do it in fucking D&D or Pathfinder? Damn it, when I paint this, like when I do the prime, I'm gonna have to tape off the stumps because I want to try and keep as much as possible the natural like coloration. I'm probably gonna have to hit them with like something. Um Probably actually I'll probably use the wooden tone wash that I have. I think that would play well with it. Um but I want to kind of keep because like there's bark. There's bark on them, and I want that to be visible. I think that it'll add a cool effect and tie things in and together a little bit better. Ooh, also, kobold blood. Do we think kobold blood is red? Or do they have like different colored blood because they're lizard people? Ooh, that's actually kind of an interesting. I know I'm the one who posed the question, but that's actually kind of an interesting question when you think about it. Like, is kobold blood the same as like mammalian humanoid blood? I know like lizard blood is just as red as humanoid blood, but that's, a real animal. Not that kobolds are animals, they're, you know, sentient slash sapient critters. Hmm. Comparatively, this thing would be huge. No. I'll save that for another project. I just had an idea for like actually if I do that idea, I know I'm like speaking in half sentences here. Fucking deal with it. Um but essentially what I was thinking is have like one of those glass marbles sitting on like a pedestal as like, it's a magic fucking giga that's doing a thing. Um Ooh, okay. Okay, so I just had an idea. This, this is in like drying and curing mode, so like so what I was just thinking, because this is essentially just a clear glass marble. Ooh. Um get like go to the dollar store and get one of those LED tea light candle things. Tear it the fuck down. And the light from it essentially extend the wires so that I can sculpt like a pedestal for this to sit on and have the light essentially in the top of it, just under where this sits. So when it flickers, the ball lights up and flickers. That might be an interesting idea to run with. If I do that, though, I might need to get a soldering kit. Now that I think about it. Which, honestly, I should just get a soldering kit because I've been looking at a couple of different, like, circuitry related projects, and if I want to do anything like that, I need a fucking soldering iron. Like a decent one. I have like an old ass one somewhere around here, but it's like so old that I'm like, nah, I'll just get something new. But like one of the projects that I've looked at recently is how to build your own theremin, like from scratch, buying the components and building the fucking circuit board and all that. Um, like that could be that could be an interesting project to do because why the fuck not? Annoy my neighbors with sci-fi sounds. Make them think the doctor is coming. Because you know they used a theremin at least at some point in the fucking sound design of that show. Stig may have fallen asleep to the sultry sounds of my voice. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm okay with that. If people want to use me as a way to sleep, well, no, I don't know if they did. They just they'd mentioned that they should be asleep and weren't, and came in to say hi. So I'm like, and they haven't responded in a while. So I figured that he's probably asleep. 8 minutes of stream time is a lot of time. That was enough time for me to go through like 3 or 4 different ideas. Also, I'm looking at chat on my phone and stream manage the Twitch stream manager on the mobile app kind of sucks ass a little bit, but you work with what you got. And I'm going to be doing this for the near future unless somebody wants to donate me a laptop or the funds for a laptop. I am not asking for that. Let me just make that perfectly fucking clear right now. That was more just a throwaway fucking bit of dry humor. Okay. I do think though, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to leave this here for now because, like I said, there's shit that needs to dry, so I can't really work on this too much more. Tomorrow night we're going to be starting with the epoxy sculpt, and essentially I'm going to be covering the whole of this base. Um, and then like probably kind of just like once it's I already have one of those. Um The reason I'm not using it is the fan started making the angry fan noise, and I got it for free. So like, I'm less inclined to work on it to like put the effort in to open it up to fix it. Because if I'm gonna open it up, I'm just probably gonna salvage the hard drive out of it, and then the rest of it can go in the bin because it's kind of a really shitty old laptop. Like the only way I was able to really get it to run was by putting Linux on it, and it's not even good enough to be able to update Ubuntu because a bunch of shit fails automatically. And like it couldn't run OBS on Linux because um yeah, yours is probably still better spec wise than the one that is sitting closed on my desk right now. Like the one that's sitting closed on my desk would not run Windows 10. Windows 10 would just fucking make the magic smoke come out of that laptop. Like I said, the only thing I could get to run on it was Ubuntu. And that's because Linux will run on just about anything. But what I am going to do is I'm going to hit that button. But yeah, the laptop that I'm talking about is like an old ass HP Pavilion. Like a ridiculously old ass HP Pavilion. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I say it's a bad laptop that I'm not inclined to work on, I am not kidding. In any way, shape, or form. That thing, I have gotten every spec of use, I think, out of that laptop that I can get, other than taking it apart and salvaging the hard drive to go into my main PC. Or taking it apart, salvaging the hard drive, and putting together one of the other towers that I have kicking around with like my old hardware and building something out of that. That just takes up more space though than I like. I want something small, which I'm gonna have to. No, it should be fine. It was fine. Like the hard drive itself was fine when I was using it last. It was just like I said, the fan was making the super angry fan noise, like the super de-duper angry fan noise. I'm actually surprised it wasn't picked up on the mic. It was just that fucking loud. Um, let's take a look here. Yes, super de-duper angry fan noise. Like it was the grindy, angry, I'm dying fan noise. Um, ooh, I know. We're gonna go into skits. I haven't rated them in forever and a day, and they've rated me within the last month. So yeah, that about tracks. Um, so I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out. It has been a pleasure having you all in chat, whether you've been chatting, whether you've been lurking, whether it's your first time in or you're around here regularly. I appreciate all of you.
I will be back tomorrow night doing some more work on the diorama base. And I hope to see you all back. Cheers.